Hi guys, welcome to JD's Kitchen and thank you guys for stopping by. So today we are going to continue with our 1 month Cameroonian food timetable. If you don't know what I'm talking about, so on the channel we have been on a series where I decided to share with you guys a 1 month Cameroonian food timetable, and I broke it down into weekly. So I already shared week 1, I shared week 2, and today we are filming week 3, and I'm also going to share with you guys week 4. So I took a short break and I decided to share with you guys a couple of recipes. So if you have been missing out on those recipes, please do well to catch up on them. I shared with you guys so many amazing delicious recipes. Okay, so let's jump into our timetable. So if you did not watch the first video, please do well to watch it, because there are a couple of important things that I spoke about in the first video and also in the meal planning video. Do well to check those videos out so that you can catch up. Okay, let's jump right into our timetable. So for this week, on Monday we're going to be having egg rolls and tea for breakfast. Egg rolls, very easy to make. I do not yet have a recipe on the channel, but I'm going to put up a recipe for you guys. So the first time I made egg rolls, my kids really enjoyed it. I know I say that a lot, but my kids enjoy my food. But when they don't enjoy it, they are very brutal and they are like, this one is not nice. And they're looking at you in the eyes and telling you. On Monday we're going to have egg rolls and tea for breakfast. Okay, then for snacks we are going to have carrot slices. Now I started something where I just wash carrots, and I realized, because I went to the market one day, we bought carrots, they were so orange and so sweet, and then I'm like, why don't I give these children carrots for snack? That's what I was thinking then. Like, why don't I give them, I used to give them carrots, but it's like, okay, maybe I'm making food, I'm making jollof rice, and then I peel carrots, and then I just think of giving them. But giving them like an actual snack, knowing that, okay, this is your snack for the day, don't expect another snack. Actually put it in a plate, like maybe 2 carrots, I wash it, scrape it out, wash it, slice it, and then put on the plate and give them. So that's what I'm going to be having for snacks on Monday. And I'm trying to get them, they actually enjoy carrots, but they kind of think that when I give them carrots I should give them something else. Because the last time I gave them carrots, my daughter was like, mommy, are you going to give us snack? Are you going to give us, maybe they are thinking of biscuits or something else. I'm like, that's your snack, you just had snacks. Anyways, they're going to have carrot slices, and then for lunch we're going to have porridge yam. You guys, I love porridge yam, especially when the yam is dry inside, and then you make it, and then it has we call it, what I'm trying to say, we call it in my dialect, mboto. It has this it has sauce, like is how do I explain it? You know how when you cook eggwan and then there's that thick soupy thing? Yeah, I like it. Then for lunch we're still going to have yam porridge on Monday. Now on Tuesday we're going to have pap and akra beans for breakfast. For snacks they're going to have oranges. For lunch we're going to have kwakoko and kanda sauce. Now you guys know that my timetables are always based on the fact that we have 1 meal for 2 days. But if you notice, Monday we're going to have porridge yam, but on Tuesday we're going to have kwakoko and kanda sauce. That's because whenever I cook porridge yam, it hardly goes more than a day. I don't know why. I feel like maybe I'm always like, there are some meals that it's not nice to cook too much. Like when you cook too much, it might be a flop. So I like to cook just small, and then everybody enjoys it and we rest, as opposed to cooking a very huge pot of porridge yam. I don't do that. So the next day we're going to take out kwakoko and kanda sauce from the freezer, and we are going to munch that for lunch. Now we're going to still have the same kwakoko for dinner, and everybody, myself, the kids, we're going to all have that for dinner. And I already know the quantity of kwakoko I have in the freezer. You guys, if you watch the first video, you know that I like to cook things like kwakoko and have in my freezer. So I know the quantity, and I know it's going to take us for lunch and for dinner. Let's jump on to Wednesday. For Wednesday we're going to have hot pot for breakfast. I told you guys the story of this hot pot. That's why you should watch these videos as a series. You should watch week 1, week 2, week 3. There's a lot of small lessons I'm dropping here and there. So we'll have hot pot for breakfast. Then for snacks we'll have watermelon, and then on Wednesday we're going to be making groundnut soup. Okay, who else likes groundnut soup? I like groundnut soup, but it's not something that I just sit and think of cooking. I don't just sit and think. I can sit and think of cooking eru, but I don't just sit and think of groundnut soup. So we're going to have groundnut soup with maybe ripe plantain if there is, or we're going to have it with rice. I think groundnut soup goes well with rice, and it goes well with gari as well. But some people don't like it, but I like it because I grew up eating gari and groundnut soup, and it's always nice. Then for dinner, the adults, myself, that's it, my husband, we're going to have groundnut soup still, and then the kids are going to have spaghetti omelette. So that's what we're going to have for Wednesday. Now let's go over to Thursday. On Thursday, I'm going to be making Cerelac pancakes for breakfast. Now, breakfast is something that I think about a lot for the kids. Like, I prioritize what they will have. For me, like you guys, I can freestyle. My husband too likes his spaghetti, he likes his fair salad. So we can just go back and forth with certain things. But with the kids, like when I talk of breakfast, most times it's what are the kids having, it's not really what I am having. So sometimes I can just freestyle, I can just maybe fry chips. Sometimes I end up eating maybe when it's 11, 12. And yeah, then for snacks, they're going to have oranges. So I like to give them a combination of things of like bananas, oranges, of different fruits, especially fruits that are available. Like right now we have lots of oranges, so orange is going to be an option for snack. And then in the spirit of repeating meals, we are going to be repeating the groundnut soup. So they're going to have groundnut soup and rice for lunch, or we are going to have groundnut soup and rice for lunch. For dinner on Thursday, we are going to have something light, scrambled eggs and rice. I'm just going to, like, that's what I actually had this morning for my own breakfast while they had hot pots. So when I say that breakfast is mostly, when I talk of any breakfast is for them, like I can just whip up anything and have for breakfast, or not have breakfast, or anything that I can just bite and go. I do that a lot. But yeah, let's move over. So let's move over to Friday. On Friday, I'm going to be trying something that I had given them before. I made salads, and that's because I had been doing a lot of baking and frying. So there was a time when we're trying to take out flour, frying, baking completely, but we realized that at the end of the day we're still doing a lot of deep frying. Like we started frying a lot of accra bananas, accra beans, because we're trying to use like whole foods, not processed, like because flour is processed, and then when you do the other processes of turning it into maybe gâteau or whatever, that's another process. So the processing is a lot. But when you take beans and you want to make akara beans, you process it, like you grind it, and that's the process. But with flour, it has been processed and is to be processed, so the processing is double processing. So we're trying to see how we can cut that, but at the end of the day we ended up realizing that we are still doing a lot of deep frying, which is also not the best. Like we're deep frying akra, deep frying akra banana, akra beans. We stopped deep frying Irish potato for them, so we do the hot pot now. But I tend to realize that sometimes sometimes we end up missing on all these other things that we like eating. So we just decided that, okay, how can we make like the more healthier stuff to become like a meal on their own? So that's when I was telling my husband, I was like, maybe we can have salad for breakfast, and my husband was like, that's too drastic. Like we just, and I did it actually. I woke up one day and I was like, we're having salad for breakfast. So I made salad, just carrots, lettuce, pear. I made salad cream with mayonnaise. I gave them just that. That was the breakfast, and I felt like it was too drastic. Like I should have had like maybe something by the side, something that is high in carbs by the side, just to hold their body. They took so long to finish it, so we're going to do it again, and I want to make it a habit. Like for me, I'm hoping that we can have a day in our house where we eat maybe just fruits and vegetables. I don't know how possible. I really desire to have that happen, but I don't know how possible it is because it can be hard. Anyways, that's my desire. Hopefully one day I'll do a video where we eat only fruits and vegetables for a day in my home and see how the day looks like, how everybody's feeling, and just to incorporate the consciousness. I think my kids are very conscious already because they have lots of cartoons that show them these things, talk about how it's important to eat more fruits, show when kids are going grocery shopping and they are buying a lot of sweet things, and they tell them, no, you have to take carrots and broccolis and all of that. So I think they are conscious, they know, but I think we need to implement so that it becomes part of them. Anyways, where was I? Where was that? Okay, I was on Friday breakfast. Now for snacks, they're going to have apples. How does this go? Carrot, pear salad, apples. I'm going to change it, or have chin for snacks and maybe juice, something. I'll change it. I'm going to change it. I have my pen here. Let's change it. It's not going to be apples. It's going to be maybe chin chin. And they were asking me chin chin today. That it's been, I think, more than a week. They've not had chin chin, so they're going to have chin chin instead of apples. Let's cancel apples, okay? Then for lunch, we are going to have beans and puff puff. It's going to be an amazing day. I love having beans and puff puff. Like, it makes me feel like, it just makes me feel happy. Like, beans, the thought of cooking beans and puff puff excites me. What about you? And then for dinner, they are going to have their usual pap, okay? For me, I'm gonna be eating beans. You guys, I can eat beans for 4 days straight. I have no problem. There are some meals that I can eat for 4 days straight. Eru and beans, bring it. Eru and beans, bring it. I have no problem with you. I'm gonna be eating it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I'm not going to complain. So yeah, for dinner they are going to have pap, okay? You guys see that I'm writing down and I'm actually changing stuff, because when I look at the timetable, I like, maybe at the time when I was writing it down, maybe I was not focused, or maybe I was not thinking about how the things blend. So you have to be flexible when you work with a full timetable. You cannot be rigid. If your auntie from the village comes and she brings cocoa that can make achu, and on your timetable there's jollof rice, so you go and be making jollof rice instead of making achu, I'm changing it. I'm making achu straight. So yeah, for dinner they're going to have pap. Me, I'm going to have beans and puff puff. If there's ripe plantain, I'll change to dodo. Yeah, on Saturday, I'm going to be making fish roll. They're going to have fish roll and tea. My kids love my fish roll. I'm going to make fish roll. They'll have it with tea on Saturday morning for breakfast. For snacks, they are going to probably be having mangoes. I don't give them mangoes a lot because I'm always scared of mangoes, but I'm going to check. If not, maybe something else. I'm flexible yet again. I can change it. Whatever it is that is available and better according to me, I'll give them. Then we're going to still have beans for lunch, okay? But this time, not puff puff. We're going to be having it with rice. So beans and puff puff the first day when I make the beans, and then beans and rice the next day. That's on Saturday. Then for dinner they are still going to have pap, okay? They're going to have pap for dinner, and that's going to be it for Saturday. Now let's move over to Sunday. Sunday breakfast always has to be something easy. We're going to whip up dodo and eggs before we go to church. And then you guys know, for snacks, if you've watched week 1 and week 2, on Sundays a lot of the times they give them biscuits in church. And then when we come back from church on Sunday, a lot of the times we just eat. It's a little early because sometimes we eat at 12:30, 1, eat, and then maybe by 2 they go to bed, they sleep, they wake up maybe by 4:30. If we're going out on that Sunday, then we're going to eat out. Maybe it's going to be, I don't know, maybe burger, maybe pizza, maybe chicken, whatever, if we're going out. But if not, on Sunday we're going to have coconut jollof rice. I have coconut milk. I'm just going to make coconut jollof rice, and we are going to have that. And then for Sunday dinner, they are going to have cornflakes. You guys know weekends, that's when I put cornflakes for them. So yeah, that's it for our week 3 food timetable. You can, if you are somebody who eats like different meals every day, like on Monday you make something, on Tuesday you make something, not necessarily making, but if you have already prepped your meals and your family eats a different meal every day, you can still adapt this timetable to the way your family eats. You can actually combine my week 1 and week 2, and it's going to give you the meals that you can eat like every day for 7 days, eating different meals. And I can actually, like, I think I should come up with a timetable that has 7 different meals for the 7 days of the week. It's very easy because I have a video here that talks of 40 Cameroonian meals you can cook for 40 days. Like, Cameroon has so many meals. If you have the ability to cook every day, or to maybe batch cook the entire meals that you have to eat for 7 days, and it's different meals. There are people who even do different meals for lunch, different meals for dinner. There are people who do that, and it just takes, it's workable. It takes you just being financially capable, and you have the right planning skills and the help as well, because a lot of the time, sometimes it's difficult to put in place the things that you want because you don't have the support system, you don't have the finances and all of that. But do what works for you. Like, do what works for you. If you're having, and if you're somebody who is also doing living like hand to mouth, it can be very difficult for you to plan. If, let's say, you're hustling and then you have 10,000 or you have 5,000, and that's what you're thinking, okay, this money, this one will eat the next 2 days, it can be very difficult to plan ahead because you're waiting to see the money before you think. But you can still just make a tentative timetable that when the money is available, you know that okay, this is what I'm jumping into. Anyways, thank you guys for watching today's video. I'm glad to have you guys here. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.